Hey guys, it's Emily. I am back with a makeup tutorial today, and this is my everyday go-to makeup look. So this is something you can wear to school, to work, out and about. It takes like zero thinking and creativity, and you can do it in a pinch, and I wanted to share it with you guys. So if you want to see how to get this super simple, very, very light smoky eye that you can wear every day, then stay tuned. I want my skin to look and feel nice and hydrated because I'm going to be wearing this makeup all day. So I'm going to start out by prepping my skin using a little bit of MAC Fix Plus. This is in the coconut scent. They're selling these at Nordstrom right now and they're limited edition and they smell so good. So go and pick them up while you can. I'm going to let my skin soak that up for a minute just so everything else will sit really beautifully on top. Next, I need to do a little bit of pore minimizing and just skin texture smoothing, so I am using my Makeup Forever Step 1 Smoothing Primer. I'm actually using a flat, like, foundation brush to apply this. I feel like this presses it into the skin really nicely and also not too heavily. I'm just going over the places that I tend to get a little bit shiny throughout the day, also the places where I have the largest pores, and just wherever I have a little bit of texture, this just helps smooth my skin out. Next, I just need to prime my eyes, so I'm going to use my Too Faced Shadow Insurance. This has been my go-to lately. I really, really love it. I'm also using a flat brush to apply this. This helps me get a really, really nice thin layer on. I don't want there to be too much. I'm also going to put this underneath my eyes as well, just a tiny bit. This will just help prevent creasing. For foundation, I'm going to be using my Estee Lauder Double Wear in 2C3 Fresco mixed with a little bit of Estee Lauder's Advanced Night Repair Serum. Mixing the serum in with the foundation really helps sheer this formula out a lot. It is a very, very, very full coverage foundation, and a little bit goes a long way, but when you add the serum to it, it makes it look so much more skin-like. It's beautiful. It's one of my favorite tricks. I am using my dampened Tarte Beauty Sponge to apply this. This has been my favorite lately. It's so soft and squishy. I just love the way it feels, and it applies makeup beautifully. I'm just going to pat this over the eyes. Make sure that you're blending all the way into the hairline and underneath the jaw and down to the neck. Now I'm just going to use a little tiny precision brush just to get the discoloration that I have going on right here. And this is just with the Double Wear foundation. I'm not mixing it in with the concealer. I want full coverage, but just in this one little spot. To brighten underneath my eyes, I'm going to use my new favorite concealer. This is the CoverGirl Outlast All Day Concealer, and I am in the shade Fair. I just like to apply this literally straight from the applicator and kind of, you know, put it in that traditional, like, triangle type of shape here. I'm also going to bring this down the bridge of my nose and the center of the forehead as well. Then, of course, just blending that out using my dampened sponge. I'm going to set everything using some of my Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder, and the first thing I'm going to do is use a sponge to press that in underneath my eyes and around my nose wherever I get oily or wherever my foundation creases, and then I'm just going to use a brush to buff it all in. I'm going to bronze my skin up today, but I'm not going to contour, and I'm just going to use my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I think this is the deeper shade. This was in my most recent favorites video, and I have been reaching for it literally every day. I have not used a different bronzer since I got this. I love it so much. You have to try it. I'm really just focusing this on the perimeters of the face, lightly contouring, you know, just getting underneath my cheekbones, but nothing harsh at all. I just want it to look very soft. I also like to take this really, really lightly along the sides of my nose just to define it a little bit more, and also right underneath. I feel like noses are so easy to overdo. I'm just going to blend because I want it to look supernatural. Speaking of supernatural, are any of you guys big Supernatural fans like I am? That's like one of my all-time favorite shows. I'm going to go ahead and blush up my cheeks right now, and I'm going to be using the shade Peach Passion from Estee Lauder. This is a beautiful blush. It's a little bit more pinky than Milani's Luminoso. It's super wearable and looks great on so many different people. This definitely has a peachy undertone. It's very fresh and light looking, and it really just sort of wakes up the face. I decided to add a few faux freckles, but I'm just skipping through it because I have done it in several videos in the past. I think my most recent one that I did it in is my Valentine's Day makeup tutorial, so if you want to learn how to do some faux freckles, go ahead and check that one out. Alright, it's time to move on to the brows, and we're going to be using my favorite product of all time. This is the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer in the shade Brunette. I've talked about this so many times in the past, but it is basically identical to the Anastasia Brow Wiz, which is awesome, but this is half the price, and I feel like it might be even a little bit better in my opinion. I love it. I can do my brows in a pinch with this. It's my #1 go-to. So I'm just brushing the brow hairs up into place. And I'm going to start here underneath my arch. So I'm just drawing one fine line there just to define the shape. And then I just start feathering out from there. I also like to sometimes brush the brow hairs down so I can see the top shape, which I don't really have. So I always like to fill this in, and this just allows me to get a better view of that area and what is sparse and what is not. And do we see the difference? Fierce, sad. Brows are on and looking good. I'm going to set them in place using my Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. I really need to just buck up and buy the full version of this. I've been using the sample for months. I'm sure that's really bad for you. I love these two products together. I feel like they make my brows look so nice and glossy and natural. I love that. They look super chic and groomed and not too overdone. For the eyes, we're going to do something so simple. I'm going to use my Milani Everyday Eyes palette, and this is in the shade 02 Bare Necessities. First, I'm going to use this more like taupey brown color and literally fluff that all over the eye. I'm starting out in the crease of the eye because that's where I want the most concentrated color, but I am essentially just going to buff it all over the place. Now I'm just going down on the lid, pulling that shadow down and smoothing it out. I want to make sure that I'm buffing it up here as well so it's nice and soft right underneath the brow bone. I'm going to use the teeniest, tiniest little bit of this dark, like chocolatey color in the corner here. I'm actually first tapping this onto the back of my hand, so I have very, very, very little product on there. And I am just going to focus this on the outer half of my eye. I love this because you can seriously do it with your eyes closed. I'm not looking in the mirror right now at all. And it's a piece of cake. Anyone can do this. Then I'm just going to use the brush that I used to apply the first shadow, and I'm just making sure that everything is blended perfectly. I want this to look extra, extra, extra soft. Now I'm just going to line my inner waterline top and bottom with a brown liner. Then I'm just taking this chocolatey brown color and smudging it along the lower lash line. I love the brown liner with this. It's just not too harsh, and it allows you to wear this every day, and it doesn't really close your eyes off. You just look super smoldery. Now using a pencil brush, I am going back into that taupey brown shade and buffing that lower lash line out. I'm just going to pop on some mascara, and this is the Benefit They're Real Mascara. I forgot how much I love this. This is so good. It's one of my top favorite mascaras. Yep, I'm in love with this mascara. It's safe to say. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of highlighting. I'm going to use my favorite Champagne Pop from Becca and Jaclyn Hill. I love the glow that this gives. It's so pretty, and the golden sort of champagne-y undertone is just perfect. It goes with literally every look. It does not matter what you're wearing. You just pop some on and you're good to go. I also love to put this underneath my brow bone and on the inner corner of my eye. One thing I love about this eye look and this makeup look in general is you can literally do anything you want with the lips. I'm just wearing chapstick right now, and I honestly think that this looks great. I'm going to do a nude lipstick today, but it looks beautiful with pinks, with reds, corals, anything. It's so versatile, and that's why I love it. I'm going to use this lip liner from the Estee Edit. This is the Barest Contour Lip Liner, and this is in the shade, I think, In the Flesh. Yes, it is. It is so easy to make your lips look a little bit fuller with this because it literally just looks like an extension of your actual lips. I love it. I'm also going to use the matching lipstick from the Estee Edit, and it looks like this. I love the packaging on this. It's like a white and silver ombre. This is the shade. This is also in the flesh, and I feel like this is the perfect match for me. If you wanted to, you could totally add a clear or a nude gloss over top of this, but I don't really think that this lipstick needs it. I love this sort of satiny, natural look that it gives off, so I'm really happy with it the way it is. Okay, so that is the finished makeup look. I'm going to set everything in place so it stays put all day, and I'm going to use my L'Oreal Infallible Makeup Setting Spray. My hair is literally soaking wet now because I sprayed so much of that setting spray. So this is the final look, you guys. I'm always so impressed with how much I love this look because it is so easy and takes literally 5 to 10 minutes. If you really want to get precise in there like I did for this tutorial, it will probably take you about 15, but this is such an awesome look for doing in a pinch or when you're lacking creativity, and it is such a go-to for me, and I thought it would be really valuable for me to share this with you guys. If you like this video, it would mean so much to me if you would give this video a big thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel for more videos in the future. If you have any video suggestions or ideas for videos for me to film in the future, I am always super open to that, so go ahead and leave those down in the comments section. I would actually really appreciate that and would love to see your ideas. Again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you very, very soon in another video. Bye! Oh God, I'm gonna throw up.